Nice try, Scobie. Everyone who wanted to quit Spotify due to Joe Rogan quit in January like Brené Brown. What has Harry and Meghan been doing for the past 7 months? They are so lazy. If they really care about misinformation they should do quite 7 months ago. It would be silly of them to leave Spotify with the misinformation excuse after releasing a trailer a few months ago. At the time of announcing the deal, the royal pair, who have spent the past 2 years working to address the real-time global misinformation crisis, said in a statement, "But Harkles had no problem to go to Oprah and lie through their teeth. They're masters of lies and hypocrisy. Obviously speaking, it's almost the end of June and still no new podcast episodes. Not a single one of the endeavors they have announced so far, not the books, the podcast, the streaming viewing or charitable undertakings, has moved the dial in any significant way. They are not emerging as the exciting new voices we all thought, but two overpaid amateurs bereft of much by way of any original thoughts. None of the projects which Harry and Meghan have rolled out in their now more than 2 years of freedom have set the world on fire, let alone produced much of a spark. The Duchess of Sussex has unveiled her first Spotify series, a podcast about female stereotypes in which she vows to investigate labels that try to hold women back. Meghan Markle caused a flap trying to trademark one word, but there's another detail about her new podcast that should be ringing alarm bells. According to Kristen Meinzer, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's conflict with Spotify over Joe Rogan makes sense of the long wait for content. She believed the couple's stance on Rogan may have been a factor in the hold-up. The show's co-host said, "Some of the conversations I'm hearing around this now are, oh, that makes sense." Maybe that's why Harry and Meghan have not released anything beyond their one holiday episode of the podcast up until now. Maybe they've been in conversation with Spotify, maybe that's what the hold-up is with all of this. Some folks seem to be sympathetic to Harry and Meghan, but others out there are saying you can't necessarily play it both ways. However, royal correspondent Jack Royston, the show's co-host, said the couple should not tax the partnership. He said, "It's going to be the most substantive long-term thing that they've set up in their post-royal lives, assuming it goes ahead. So I think they should 100% plow on with this. I think they did have to say something. For me, what I'd really like to see is for them to bring the podcast forward and let people start judging them based on the material itself." He added, "I think it would be a real tragedy if they pulled out of the Spotify deal. They would just have been robbing their fans and the world of what would be a substantive part of their post-royal careers." Piers Morgan has publicly backed US comedian Joe Rogan after he lashed out against Meghan Markle and Prince Harry amid all of the Spotify drama. Piers penned, "Spotify should do us all a favor by tearing up Meghan and Harry's contract and giving their money to Joe Rogan for more of his shows." Fleet Street promptly worked itself into an indignant lather over the trademark move, taking it as proof of the Duchess' supposedly overly inflated ego, all of which conveniently ignored the fact that words such as Apple and Meta are also similarly legally protected. Since then, none of the A-list female heavyweights such as Amal Clooney, Serena Williams or even Oprah Winfrey, who are ostensibly Team Sussex, have come out to express their excitement about this project.